Afternoon, treacles. Right, as promised, got a bit of a flight review on these two helicopters today. I was absolutely chucking it down this morning, but I managed to get out. The rain sort of held off, it was a bit windy, but I managed to get a little bit of a flight with them both. So I started off with the 200 SRX, tried to keep close. The wind took it a couple of times and woo, off we went, but it was all under control, didn't have any issues with that. And then I was flying this off my DX9. I fly this on mode 2 usually, which wasn't a problem, that's on my DX9. So then I went and powered up the 230S using the radio that it come with, DXS, and thinking I'd fly that on mode 2 as well. Oh no, it's a different ball game altogether. And you'll see in the video in a bit, I sussed it out eventually, but when it was on the ground, it was spinning on its own with no throttle. And obviously I've realised that when you're flying it in mode 1, it cuts the throttle completely, and then each time you flick the mode up, the motor starts to spin more, which I'm assuming is for to give you more power for when you're doing the old ticky-tockies and all this kind of malarkey that you can do with these things. So I had it in mode 2 at first, and it was a bit woohoo, a bit sketchy, I can tell you. As for the dual rate button here, I found that I didn't really do anything. So I don't know what that button's for. That didn't do anything. And neither did this one. This has got a 3-way switch. Now, in the manual, it states that's your flight mode button, 1, 2 and 3. Your panic button is your bind button if you get in trouble. You've got your throttle cut, which I always set on that switch anyway on all models. The same with the DX9, same switch, throttle cut. And this says dual rates, but this 3-way switch here doesn't mention anything in the book with that, so I've no idea what that did. I think I had about a 3-minute flight with this one. Now normally when I use these batteries, that's the first time I used the bigger 800 that I normally fly. I use these because you've got a balanced lead, and you can always check what percentage you've got left. So just after the 3 minutes, that's showing, I don't know if you can see on there, 72%, 3.9 volts still in there, so that's still plenty. I could have got a couple of minutes, I'd probably get about a 6-minute flight out of that, if not a bit longer. This one, however, with these safe batteries, I can't do that, and there's no timer. Obviously, I set my timer on the DX9. Let's just see what I've got that set at. I think it's 4 minutes. Oh, so I've got that timer set on 5 minutes on the DX9 for flying the 200. But obviously there's no timer on this, but what I did realise was, I didn't at the time, was it's got these, when you first turn it on you might be able to see that. You'll see the green lights flash underneath the power light. See them lights flash there then? That, I think, is the your battery power indicator. So I had one of the lads filming me while I was flying it. I think he called out 5-minute flight time. So I just take this off and plug the battery in and I can show you that. So that kind of gives you an indication of what's left in your battery. Now I don't know whether to run that flat or not. I don't know. So you can see now it's only got 2 bars out of the 4. When it was fully charged, it was obviously the 4 bars. So that's a good indicator to say that shows you your battery indication of the model and not the transmitter. So I quite liked that. Excuse me. So them lights should go out now that I've turned it off, but It hasn't for some reason. It did do before when I unplugged the battery on the field, down the field, but anyway, so there we go, enough chatting, and you will see. Oh crikey, I've just found a spring on my table, I don't know what that's off. Whoops. I've got to check my helicopter, make sure no. Well, they don't have springs on them, I wonder what that's off. We'll put that to one side, we'll worry about that later. So there we go, you'll see the flight video now of both of them. We'll start off with the 200 and then we'll have a little bit of a flight with this one. So there we go. Thanks for watching, thumbs up, see you in the next one. Rolling. Right, it might be a bit windy for this, I feel it. That was a bit airy, wasn't it?
Yep.
Spinning on its own, that. Oh, hang on a minute, something's not right there. That's on its own, no throttle.
Yeah.
So if you put it in mode 2, it's spinning up on its own like that. Stick it in mode 1. Try it on mode 1 then. So that's better. Beginner mode. It's very responsive. Power. 200.
More stable.
Yeah. Plenty of power, more responsive. Look at that.
Four minutes.
Oh, that was on mode 2. I'll have to get used to that a little bit. 4 minutes. All is well.
Yeah.
Ah, good.
5 minutes. Nice one.